Hello and welcome to Tenno. Now today's build is a blending of a few ideas. Number one, I wanted to tackle another fog build, but I want the fog to be the main event as opposed to just a tool to make everything look grimy like it's used in the Christmas build. I wanted to try and tackle a cityscape, i.e. you build it as a miniature, but you use a little bit of forced perspective to make it look like a full-size city. And I figure a cool reason to have a cityscape is to have a Godzilla style build. Now for a bit of a twist, I don't want to craft Godzilla, that's been done before. Instead, I want a different radiation-based alternative, and I want to craft a giant Qorvex. Now let's get into the time-lapse, get this thing built, and then we'll have a little discussion afterwards. So I put Qorvex in on the shot at the end because I figured the speed he would run through his animations would help give you a sense of time for how long these builds take. But in the end, it looked like he was just really rocking out to the music, and that absolutely made my day. So now we're in the finished build. I've got 3 tips for making this kind of fog build. So the first tip is you have to construct a box around the build that you're going to put in fog. Now the way fog works is you can picture it like a radial effect from the player. So the further objects are away from the player, the more dense the fog gets. That creates that illusion of fog. And that way the fog kind of acts like it does in real life. The room's skyboxes, however, totally disregard this. There is a bug right now on PS5 where you can see the skybox is a little bit red from the fog polychrome, but it's usually perfectly clear and perfectly crisp. So if you leave the skybox open, you end up with this weird janky mess where your subject matter will be shrouded, but it'll be backed against a really crisp night sky. Now the second quick tip for a fog build also pertains to this box. You're going to want to make sure you build it out of things that are not reflective. So in my instance, I've used these flat earth rocks. I think they're the biggest non-reflective decoration we have. It's the biggest I could find anyway. Now ideally we'd want to use the corpus walls because they get really big and you can save a lot of capacity by using them. But as you can see, if I position this corpus wall above the sun, i.e. something that gives a little light, and I go back to where you should be viewing it from, you can see this puts a massive reflection in the sky and totally breaks the illusion of fog. So my third and final tip, if you make a fog build that uses forced perspective like this city does, make sure you restrict the perspective of the viewers. Obviously, if you fly around, this build kind of falls apart. This image only really works from where I situated the viewers. You also don't want to create a pen for your viewers. Try to make something more immersive. In this case, I elected to build an office block, so it fits thematically with the offices that we're observing. I just want to give a huge shout out to Rockets Everywhere. They're a fantastic builder. I actually have a video of their dojo on the channel. I will link it in the description. And clearly their fog builds have been a massive inspiration to me lately. As we look at the finished build, I want to thank you all for any likes, comments, and subs. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.